Hey there. You're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we are here with episode 3 of our voice-acted roleplay with mods of Pathfinder Kingmaker, where we are playing as Zara, Fae Sister, and her companion, Bracken. We have been visited in the night by the guardian of the bloom. She told us in what seemed to be a dream, but it was oh so real, that there was a druid who had turned evil and had done the ultimate evil in the mind of a druid. He had gone against nature itself. Therefore, we are going to be investigating this as well as trying to find out more about this stag lord. And in fact, this fog seems to be the work of a druid in the stag lord's employ. So we have a mystery. We have already come to this trading post area here. And we found that Oleg Levington was being besieged by bandits. With the help of our companions, some of which you can see here, over here is that sword sound is the sound of Amiri, one of our companions on our quest so far. However, Oleg asked us to help him with those bandits. We did so, and he has been very grateful. Therefore, we've been able to stay here at the trading post and consider it our home base. It is now, in the world of Galarian, it is 7:13 in the evening, and we're going to be talking here to Boken. And I had Bracken selected, so I guess Bracken runs up to Boken, gives a little purr, and butts his head against Boken's leg, almost knocking the old man over, who is remarkably frail. After doing her purchases, Zara, she decides that she'd like to talk to Boken a little bit. And so she says, Boken, I've noticed that you look like you could use a good meal. Is there anything I can do for you? Could I help you in any way? Well, since you're asking. He rubs his hands, his palms, his dirty palms on his knees, and leans back against the fence over here for a good chat. Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there. But the place had been overrun by spiders. Overrun, I tell you. The berries are red. They look a lot like raspberries. But they're not raspberries. No, nothing like them. They're fangberries. Beautiful, red and sweet. I'd be real grateful if you'd gather me a basket of them and brought them back. Just be quick, if you do. They spoil quickly. Fangberry Cave has been revealed to Zara as a druid. One of her gifts as a druid is once a place has been described to her, she, as long as her feet are on the actual land, not on pavement or any of that thing, but on the actual land, she can then walk her way to the location using the image in her mind. Now, I want you to be careful there, Zara, because those spiders in the cave are mean. Oh. Here. Let me give you some alchemical fire. Now, what you do is you just throw it right on them. You burn those spiders to a crisp, because some of them, they're real hard to hit. The tiny ones, real hard to hit with a blade or even a club, or heck, even a stone or rock. I know, I've tried. That'll teach them for taking over my Fangberry cave. Zara takes the bottles, they clink in her hand, and she puts them away in her pack. Thank you, she says. That is much appreciated. So, these fangberries, do you just make them into a pie? Or just eat them raw? And he says, Shove 'em in by the handful. By the handful. And he rubs his stomach and says, "Oh, I'm so hungry." He says, "Oh, by the way, I also need a bucket of moon radishes. They're rare and they're mysterious, and I don't know where to find them. I don't like to venture out, alone at my age. But I know that kobolds gather them and value them highly. So wherever they gather, I'm sure you'll find some moon radishes too. It's not a huge deal, really. I'd do it myself, like I said, if I were younger. But if you're willing, I'll pay you. I'll pay you. There, 3 potions, why don't we say, for the berries, and a purse full of coins. I have some left over from my savings back when my missus was alive. A full purse of coins for the radishes." So Zara says, I agree. I'd be happy to do that for you, Boken. I have a lot of traveling to do. This ominous fog. She looks over his shoulder, looking for any signs of this fog that she has heard so much about. This ominous fog, she says, is weighing on my mind. But I'd be happy to gather these for you. As she turns to walk away, a thought occurs to her. She idly scratches Bracken's neck, and he purrs contentedly. Why do you need fangberries and moon radishes, Boken? Especially the moon radishes. Those are such a rare item, if I remember. Well, I do remember, because I just remembered that she is a druid, so she would know about all types of plants. You want to know, huh? He scratches his chin, his beard rough. Well, I'll gladly tell you after you bring some meat to me. How about that? We'll sit down, we'll have a nice talk. All right? She says, if you insist. I suppose it is better this way. I do need to get on the road. I need to make it to Thorn Ford as soon as possible, preferably before nightfall. Boken glances at Zara hopefully. Just watch out, all right? Don't end up someone's lunch. And then he gets a wistful look on his face, remembering someone, it seems, and then falls quiet. We now have a quest, Fangberry for Boken. And moon radishes for Boken. And so, with that in mind, and her pack full, having just had a wonderful meal of stew, she is going to go out with a full belly, and her party will accompany her. A jittery old man in squalid clothing shuffles up to Zara and her party. His gray hair is unkempt. He continually clenches and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he stops and looks up at her, his eyes widen, and he tugs at his beard. Strange weather. Invisible fog creeping out of the woods. Showers beyond the sky. Obscure was the sun and moon. Strange. The old man shakes his head, his eyes shifting about, seemingly at random. I don't like this old man. Looks like the kind who could cast the evil eye, says Amiri, looking the old man up and down with distaste. Zara says, voice quiet, not wanting to scare the man. Who are you? The old man freezes for a moment. Remus, but that won't help with the fog. And, if I may ask, she continues, what are you doing here? Why do you stop us on the road? The old man raises a thick eyebrow curiously. I do nothing. I don't know. Breathe. Walk. Observe. Zara looks around. It is unfortunate that I must say so, but the fog looks visible enough to me. Too visible for my tastes. I don't like how it approaches the land. I don't like how it blocks out the sun. Remus spits on the ground and says, I see more than ever. I've never seen so much before. The old man wipes his hand across his face, sighs wearily. But someone must look, and no one else can. Perhaps maybe you, but that's it. This means that the fog is so thick that you cannot find your way through it. I mean, it is not invisible to me, as I said before. It is quite visible. My party can see it as well. Remus cackles a bit before saying, The frog is wrong. It hinders your legs, not your sight. I wish not to try. Zara turns to go. I should probably go. The old man holds out a hand, stares at Zara at her retreating back intently, and then calls out, You hasten! You should. Your rival wastes no time. He races, but in another direction. He searches for power. He will find it. Zara whips around. My rival? I just do what I have to do. I have no care for rivals, whoever they may be. You may have no care, as you say, but a bold dog barks loud. Ah! He even gives a nutty little bark, while cunning one readies to bite. Cunning, short but stubborn. He is now in an ancient tomb that lies south of the trading post, searching for the great power that once gave joy and now gives, or brings, only death. You don't want my nonsense? Then you'll hear sobs and screams. But once stolen, remember, Zara, the land should be reclaimed. You know this as well as I. Once reclaimed, bound with the claimer shall it be. Remember my words. Bound, merged, joined by unbreakable ties. Claiming the land, Zara. Claiming its pain. And claiming its death. Then the old man, Remus by name, turns and slowly walks away. He does not glance back, and Zara stares at his retreating back, a look of confusion and consternation on her face. We have just met a man on the road who told us that Tartuccio, our rival in this, and our goal to discover what is going on in the stolen lands, Tartuccio has been rather a pain to us. In any case, he told us that Tartuccio could be found at, I believe, there's an old tree, ancient tomb, at the ancient tomb. So we'll be examining that, but first, since Fangberry Cave is on our way, let's make our way there. Here we are, and about 2 in the morning, but the party insists on going forward, feeling quite rested. And though it is late, it is time to explore. I'm going to set up our form. Actually, I do have my formation set up just the way I want it to, so we're good there. Let's see what there is to find on this late night as we explore this map. We have found something here. Ah, our first enemy in the wild. As the party is walking, Valerie holds up a hand, quiet, and listens. She readies her shield and turns to the party. A lizard ahead. Amari sort of gives a little low, kind of happy growl. Let me at him, she says. Let me at him. And we're going to do just that.
Do not
Valerie.
falter.
Valerie can't hit the broadside of a barn, but... But that is our first combat against these 2 monitor lizards. We're going to try and skin them. We get 1 skin and collect all. We're ready to go in and hopefully wreck some face. Let's do it.
Done.
It is done. Yes, it is absolutely done. Let's rotate the camera a bit so we can get a better view. And right here, we already see these giant spiders. Amiri, why don't you run and charge this guy right here? Charge him right up. Woo! 19 damage. And it's good and dead. So we have 1 more to go here. And it's Valerie's turn. Valerie, yeah, there we go. I was going to say, just attack him. There you go. Awesome. That completes that. And that is the turn-based mod in effect. And basically, I'm going to use it for a while. We're going to use it throughout the playthrough. But we will use it for a while. And then when we get to kind of fights where they're kind of just simple fights for us, you can turn it on and off at will. So if the fight is going to be like a bunch of little tiny creatures that we can just defeat, just mow them down. But for the boss fights and some of the bigger fights, we'll definitely use it more often. I like it because it makes it a lot easier for me to understand what's happening behind the screen and makes the combat less frenetic and less difficult for me to follow. Here are the Fangberries. Zara walks up to the bush. She holds out a hand. Ah, Fangberries. Yes, yes, yes.
We should move.
She turns to the party and says, this is what Boken wants. Watch my back while I get a few for him.
I can't do it.
All right, that's not good. And she took a bit of damage trying to do that. So Lindsay says, let me help you.
I am finished.
Excellent. Finally, we finally got that lore nature check. Because she rolled a 20. So there you go. It was going to take a while though. Fangberries are hard to get. All right, and we will save again. And we're a bit injured, but not too bad. Lindsay's a backliner, so I'm not too worried about that. But what we really want is loot. All right. We're going to head further in. Taking our life into our hands to do this, because there are a lot of spiders in this cave. Let's walk carefully. There's one right there. Oh, a spider swarm. I really hope we can kill these things, because I haven't got any more flasks. Okay, good. Thank goodness. And we actually had a couple of flasks left over. Thank goodness.
March on.
I feel like there's got to be more in here. Ha! A wand of cure moderate wounds. Yes, please, and thank you. Potion of restoration. Oh, yes. This is what we need for Bracken. Wonderful. This is the kind of potion that we need to cure him. And the awesome thing is that Bracken, I think, let's shift click this. I think he can take potions. Can he? Nope. Okay, that's a big nope. The reason why I thought he could is because it allowed me to put him in his inventory. So I got really happy thinking I'd be able to give him potions, like, you know, just feed it to him. Open up his mouth and jug it down, just like you give your cats potions. But it looks like I can't. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Well, that is a big sad thing. I'm very sad about that. I was super happy when I thought I could give him potions. Lesson learned, you cannot feed your little guy potions. So that means we need a cleric. Because he cannot take any of these. But the good news is that Bracken can wear bracers of armor. +1. It does affect his armor class, as you can see over here. His armor class is 22. And with the bracers of armor, it's 23. So you can put little bracers on his little front paws, but you can't feed him potions. All right. So that wasn't too bad. We were able to complete that fairly well. I mean, I think it's done.
Stopping now.
Let's hope it's done. Oh, it's not done. It is absolutely not done. I got excited. It's not done. All right. So, I'm gonna have Zara cast some spells on Bracken because I'm pretty sure that this is the final room and probably the most difficult one. And oh my gosh, did you see that spider just doing that dance? That was a little disco dance from our local spider queens. And then Zara.
We can do it.
No, we can't. All right, a miss. That spider is missed on, and so Zara, are you feeling better now? Yay. Awesome.
We won't falter.
Well, for once you're right. Lindsay, one more alchemist fire, and that's all we have. After that, I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh no. I don't think we're gonna be able to complete this. We don't have torches, we have nothing to defeat this spider swarm with. We might have to just run.
Any last wishes?
Onward!
Okay, so that's that, but we have nothing we can kill the spider swarm with. So maybe we might have to just disengage it? I'm not sure. Okay, so I think all we can do is run. If there's any treasure back here, I know what we can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to open inventory, and we have a potion of blur, and we're going to move to here, make sure we don't accidentally, and then move to, oh crap. And then she can't move anymore, but I'm going to have her, while she's invisible, just go in here and see if we can find any loot, and then we're going to skedaddle on out of here. Zara, can you run? This is what I'm looking for. In the next turn, she should be able to grab whatever loot's on this guy, and then we're getting out of here. That's what we needed. All right, so we just have to keep Valerie alive until we can get out of here. Okay, Zara, grab this loot and go. Can you not loot? No way! You can't loot in combat? There's loot right here. I can't take it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run. Here we go. All right, everybody. Let's go. It is time to party. Zara, don't die. Please don't die. Thank you. I think we're going to be chased by a spider swarm all the way out of here. Can I not leave while I'm in combat? Oh my god, oh no. I can't leave. I'm pressing on the button. I can't leave. Oh, wait. Because of Valerie.
Won't help you.
Valerie wasn't with us. Oh my god. Valerie is dead. Look at her. She looks awful. I know. Valerie's like, I'm going to finish this one out. What's the matter with her? Can she not move? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. We could try and sleep. All right, let's first of all bring the whole party back here. Wow. Okay. I've never had Fangberry Cave be quite like this. The entire party looks at Valerie. She is covered in blood. She cannot go on. Enemies surround them, but they cannot leave a fallen comrade behind. She cannot move. Therefore, I feel like our only option is to try and rest. Valerie, as you can see here, is completely... this is a mess. So we'll try and camp. It's really our only option. In a cave full of spiders. Yeah. We'll use our healing spells and abilities and see if this helps. But I have a feeling that we're going to get jumped.
Can you make an epic pose?
Yep.
I need inspiration.
Yep. I had a feeling that it's very difficult to sleep in a spider's cave. But, and Valerie is still injured. And we're probably all going to die here, but let's get Amari. She's got no more rages. So I guess we're just going to kind of gang up on this one. Bracken is hurting too. Bracken, can you attack this guy at least? Come on. Come on, guys. Come on, do your best. Oh, thank God. Okay, now Bracken's injured. This is like the most epic Fangberry Cave episode ever. Well, at least I think so. Can we do it? Can we do it?
I'd give anything for a mug of hot grog. And for 2 mugs? No. After 2 mugs, they'd kick me out of the tavern. How come I never learned how to drink at the academy?
Oh, not a time to spoil the hearty meal. Not a time for that. No. As Zara fitfully slept, a dream came to her. She heard in her dream the scuttling of spiders, the whispers of voices, the moaning of her injured companions. Suddenly, she awoke, but she was no longer in the cave. Dogs were howling fiercely, not far away. There was something burning. Wooden walls were streaming hot, and smoke was wreathing beneath the low ceiling. Zara ran to the window, tried to open the door, looked out, and then tried to open the door. She pushed the door with her shoulder, but it wouldn't budge. Her skin felt cold. She heard the murmur of the water, the soft lapping of the waves. The drowned man's empty gaze was fixed upon her. His mouth opened slowly, and a hoarse whisper said, "Shriek River. Shriek River." She then awoke. All right, well, she at least she can move. So we can now get out of here, take her back to Oleg's and see if we can find a greater restoration spell.
It is done.
Zara marvels at Valerie's bravery, even so deeply wounded. And though she has been healed by magic, she still seems not quite herself. She shuffles along, her body slumped. She keeps murmuring, "I could not take another hit like that. I could not." All right, oh, look at this. Trophies gathered at Fangberry Cave. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We just went through all of that to try and get that loot. And it was right here, ready for us to get as we left. Any loot that's left on bodies in Pathfinder Kingmaker, I now remember, is available for you when you leave the cave. I mean, when you leave the map, that particular map, anything that's left on any dead bodies is right there available for you to collect. So we just went through all of that incredibly epic journey, and we didn't even need to. That's just perfect. That is just perfect. That is just freaking perfect. Therefore, the saga at Fangberry Cave comes to an end. Valerie is wounded. We will be dragging ourselves back. Oh, no. To Oleg's. And let's end this episode by fighting our way through and living, as Lindsay would say, to tell the tale. You see? I told you we didn't really need to, but those critical hits mean that there's nothing to salvage from the bodies. There's nothing on. I've learned that there's nothing ever hidden on these maps, so there's no need to search them on these you have been waylaid maps. You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
A rest is in order.
It most certainly is. And we shall have it.
No stopping now.
Bruised, beaten, and bloody, the party make their way back to Oleg's trading post. Bracken has his claws of dried blood underneath them. One of his whiskers is missing. He is somewhat worse for the wear, as is Zara as well too. But they are, as always, forever friends. And hobbling in, they walk up to Boken and greet him with a weary smile. Wordlessly, Zara hands out the little bucket of fangberries. "I believe," she says, "that these are yours." After a quick glance at the basket, Boken grabs a fistful of berries. He shoves them into his mouth with glee and juice drips down his chin and through his beard, and with his mouth full open, not even worrying about manners, he puts his head back and laughs. Ha 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 ha! What an old man needs! Ah, ha ha ha! Fangberries, so fresh. You've been good to an old man. Ha ha ha! He reaches out. His hands have got fangberry juice on them. He grabs Zara's hand and shakes it. Zara smiles, taking no notice of the fangberry juice on her hand. As her hand falls down by her side, there's a rough tongue licking it. And she smiles down at Bracken, who is busy licking the last bit of fangberry juice off of her hand. "Ah, here, take these potions. If you need more," he says, pressing the potions into her palm. "I'll even give you a discount." "So," she says, "it's time for a little tale before bed." She sits down on the nearby rock, takes off her cloak, and says, "So what did you need these fangberries for, Boken?" Boken joins her on the rock next to her, putting the fangberries in big handfuls into his mouth. "Truth be told," he says, "as I've gotten older, I've gotten, well, as my dear departed missus would say, kind of particular. She'd say, 'Boken, ha ha, Boken, yours, fussy as an old hen,' she'd say. But my appetite is gone. I just miss her cooking so much, you know. I miss her." He looks down at the ground, shuffles his foot in the dirt. "Everything I eat is practically tasteless to me now, after she's gone. I can barely force myself to swallow a bite. The only thing I can still taste is fangberries. I add them to my porridge, or to roasted meat, and I even add them to my potions. When I ran out of fangberries, I stopped eating entirely. Lana was good to me. She was good. She tried to help me. She's a dear. She's a dear, dear woman. She baked pies for me. She cooked me fish soup and stewed venison. But I couldn't tell her. I couldn't tell her that..." He sighs a heavy, deep sigh. "That none of it was like what my wife could cook. I was desperate, you know. And then I tried to make my way to the cave myself, but those dang spiders, they had taken over everything. That cave used to be my little secret. One day I walked in there. It's all I could do to make my way out. Lana nursed me back to health, but those spiders had sucked the last bit of joy out of my life." He puts his hand on her arm. "If it were not for you, I would have pretty much starved to death. Miserable. And lonely to the end." Bracken has sat down in the grass and is snoozing already, as the old man shared his tale. Zara looks at him, her warm brown eyes, and she says, I have not really ever lost anyone, so I am sorry that I cannot commiserate with your pain. Though if I ever lost my sisters," and she does not mention that she is not talking about the sisters of her birth from the Elven Glade, but no, she is talking about her Fae sisters. but she leaves him to assume. And she says, if I ever lost one of my sisters, it would be more than I think I could bear. Anyway, you enjoy your meal, and I must say I'm sorry, but the cave still does have one more spider swarm inside, and perhaps some more spiders. But I promise you, on our next way south, the next time we are on that road, we will go in there. We will kill every last spider and all the swarms. We tried, but we ran out of alchemist fire, and, well, Valerie, she has been at death's door. Not quite herself. Anyway, we will take care of them and let you know, and then you may go back and have all the fangberries you wish. In fact, I'll bring you back some more if you'd like. He smiles and says, "You're a good girl. You're a good girl." Zara says, "I'm a sleepy girl. It's time for bed. Good night, Boken." And with that, we are going to cross that task off our list, and we're going to end this episode. If you are live with me, hang out. Don't worry, the live stream is not over. This is just the episode recording. We are going to continue on, so don't leave me now. Don't leave me now. Anyway, okay. So, as always, thank you so much for watching.